Hi. Cook something without looking up the recipe. What do I give myself?
What's up guys, welcome to my video. Today I'm going to be making a dish off the top of my head without ever trying to make it before or looking up a recipe. Today I'm going to be making a Spanish omelette, which is tortilla española alongside pan con tomate, which is tomato toast. I do have very questionable knife skills, as you can tell here. Should I put a tea towel down? Maybe. But I think I'm pretty decent. So I'm just chopping up some tomatoes. I'm chopping up potatoes actually, and I'm going to chuck them into a bowl. And the reason why I'm putting them into a bowl is not for my mise en place. It is to put it in the microwave, which I'll be doing right now. I like to pre-microwave veggies like this because it really cuts down the time it takes for you to cook, and it gets soft and fluffy in the middle. Ooh, heating up my ass there. Gonna chop this onion orbitally, which is the better way to chop onions. Don't at me. I'm just gonna slice them through. Normally I like to do this little, the fancy pants dice, but I want the pieces to be a little bit thicker today. I put it on 3 times speed because I was incredibly slow at cutting these onions today for some reason. Maybe I got a little bit frightened by the potatoes and all the sudden movement of the board moving around everywhere. Now I'm gonna grab some farm fresh eggs straight from a chicken's butthole. I'm gonna grab 3 eggs today, where I should have used 4 eggs for this size pan and the amount of ingredients I have. 3 was definitely not enough. Gotta spin the egg the correct way. There's always a correct side, otherwise it's gonna crack wrong, obviously. I really wish I could crack eggs with one hand. I have not yet developed that skill. I will one day, let me tell you. Oh, don't you just love that little strand of egg yolk right next to the bowl that got stuck there that I probably forgot to clean. Gonna season a little bit, maybe a little too much. Add some cracked pepper from a pepper grinder, which doesn't work. As you can see, there's probably like 3 nanograms of black pepper coming out, mainly from the shake. Gonna go grab a fork. Actually, that's a spoon. Gonna go grab a fork and begin beating it. If you use a whole ass whisk just to beat eggs, and you have to clean that, what's wrong with you? Anyway, so I'm gonna little whisk, little spin, little whisk, little spin. I feel like this is going to really get the best sort of texture, a little air in there. You know what I mean? Y'all seen whisking eggs before. I'm gonna add a fuck ton of oil. This is extra virgin olive oil, just like me. You know what? Add a little bit more. Fuck it. I just have a feeling that you need a lot of oil for this dish because you need to sizzle. Here I am inspecting. That's a good amount of oil. Then I'm going to add the water-soaked potatoes to hot oil and run away from it, unsurprisingly. Look at that sizzle. Here I'm measuring the size of my bread, taking a long time to see how much I should cut. In the end I just estimate, so that's kind of useless. This is really nice fresh bread that my sister bought actually yesterday. Channeling my inner Subway sandwich artist right here. Will I cut it all the way through to the bottom and fuck it up? No. Almost though, almost. That is indeed bread. Let me, just in case you didn't know, on the other side, that is bread. It is bread. I'm gonna put it in the toaster. Toast that bread onto just a little bit above 2. After the potatoes have crisped up a little bit, add those onions in. Make sure you don't forget them like I did. Give it a good old stir. I'm gonna make, whilst that's cooking, I'm gonna make the tomato toast. I'm gonna grate a tomato. I recommend cutting it in half first, not doing what I did on this first one. It's a bit retarded. Ooh. Probably use that as a facial later. All that tomato juice. That's 2 whole tomatoes right there I grated, and a very disappointing amount of tomato pulp. So a third one was needed. Just like whipping the gash. Good technique, I'd say. Just to demonstrate, I'm using a sieve. That's where I forgot that my onions are burning. So I sieved out a lot of the moisture, and you get this nice little kind of puree almost of tomatoes. Actually looks pretty darn good, I must say. Sprinkle a little bit of rock salt. If you smell with the rock. Oh, add the oil with the fucked up lid. That glisten. Here we're gonna add the eggs. Obviously not enough eggs. The amount of oil and oh, I almost spilled it. Not enough eggs and oil to all the things that I got going on there. Just gonna try my best to salvage it and spread it around. Kind of cooking like almost like a Thai omelette at this point. Almost had a hiccup. Yeah, almost like a Thai omelette, which is not bad. Now it's time to eat. What I didn't show you is that I flipped it and spilt it all over the stove. Yay!
Alrighty. Let's try this. It's actually quite nice. Let me cut up this omelette. Little bread on here. Piece of the omelette. Looks okay. Doesn't look the greatest, I must say. I think I put too much oil, too big of a pan, not enough eggs. It's pretty good. Microwaving those potatoes are a good choice. A bit oily, unsurprisingly. It's good with this bread though. This bread's from Burke Street Bakery. It's like a semi-sourdough, whatever that means. I notice I make a really ugly face when I bite into things. Probably easier to eat without the bread. Definitely some calories in this dish with all the oil. I can see why Spanish people have a siesta every day. They eat way too much at lunchtime. I can relate. This is my it's my first meal of the day. It's about 12 o'clock. I haven't eaten since about 5:30 yesterday. It's about 18 hours, I think. And I've actually been losing weight quite successfully, I think. I've been like 88 kilos after this Christmas break. A little bit too much fat on me, I think. I have to cut down to around 82, especially for soccer. I've been avoiding the gym lately for obvious reasons, other than being lazy. So what better time to cut than now? And I find the easiest way to cut, for me at least, is just to skip breakfast. It's not really like intermittent fasting per se. Like, I don't really care. Not sure if all of that actually works. However, you are just having a lot less calories, which in the end of the day, you're gonna lose weight. My standard breakfast was probably like 2 slices of toast with like 2 eggs and a cappuccino with almond milk, or like 2 slices of peanut butter toast with almond milk cappuccino. I mean, it's not too high of a calorie breakfast, but it's not zero. If you remove it, you just kind of eat semi as normal, you're bound to lose some weight. Also, I've been putting a bit more focus on going for walks every day, increasing my step count and whatnot. Back into playing soccer a little bit by myself. Just anything to kind of burn the calories, get some cardio in, because I hate just running for the fuck of it. I can think of nothing worse than just jogging, especially when you don't have music or anything. Speaking of which, what is the best? I could listen to a podcast and jog, but honestly, just running, enjoying the great outdoors is incredibly boring, and I give up so quickly. Not that the cardio is particularly hard, it's just that you get so bored, then I think your body just shuts down mentally first. Finish off this tomato toast. What is it? Pan con tomate? I don't know. That was my attempt at a Tortilla Espanola, which I did very wrong. Oh yeah, I studied in Spain in 2017 for a little bit. So I had a lot of Tortilla Espanola when I was there for breakfast at like random bars or cafes, whatever. And they're actually so thick, and they give you bread, like toasted bread, and or make a sandwich out of it, which I think is terrible. It's just like completely dry. It's like dry with dry. It's like eating a bread sandwich. Because the tortilla is hardly ever fresh. Absolutely zero gooiness in the middle. As opposed to when you make it at home. Sop up some of this oil. Thousands of liters of oil that I used. Lucky I spilled some out by accident all over my stovetop. Lucky I don't have a gas burner. Otherwise I'd be dead. Studying in Spain was cool. I miss it. I went back once, but I only went for a couple days. Once since then, in 2019. To Barcelona and Madrid. When I was there, I stayed in Madrid the whole time. It was nice to kind of go back and do the old things again. See some people. But I didn't do really many new things. Just kind of reliving the old. And that first time was incredible. Met so many new people from all over the world. Some of who I still talk to this day. As Deontay Wilder might say. To this day!
To this day!
Let's get ginger. Nice and greasy. Alright, thanks for joining me. This rendition of Ivan attempts to cook something without looking up the recipe. What do I give myself? I give myself a 5 out of 10 on that. I made a few mistakes. I could do better. So until next time, hasta luego. See you later.